Baobab is this magical tree. It is like the true symbol of Africa.
At sunset, we saw the baobab at sunset one day in a beautiful section where there's nothing but baobabs, and oftentimes that's the case. And as the sun's setting, you get this beautiful views of the baobab branches and all their gnarliness, and it was just stunning. It was one of the most magical moments I think I've ever spent with a tree. And we were probably there for a whole hour just watching the sunset right over the baobabs, and it was great.
The tree's been around for thousands of years, but it's only recently that we've been able to bring it to the United States. So it's the great thing about our industry is that we're discovering new ingredients and new oils all the time, and a lot of times we get to share this back with the communities that where the harvesting is done.
We got to go from village to village because it's the villages that are harvesting. They're more or less working in a cooperative structure, and they go out during the dry season when the fruits are hanging down and ready to harvest, and they have these long poles and they knock them off basically and the fruit falls, and then they bring them back to the village, and in the center of the village they're cracking them open and exposing the white pulp that's going to be used for food source.
There's actually no way to really know how old the tree is because it's basically a huge succulent. It doesn't have rings that you can count the age.
So when the fruit is pulled off the tree, it's split open, and there are two main products within this fruit. And the first thing is hundreds of these little white pellets. The white pellets are actually the seeds, and they're surrounded by this powdery coating, which is rubbed off and forms the basis for a nutritional supplement. The white powder is very high in vitamin C, calcium, potassium, and magnesium. So it's kind of like if you rolled the nutritional content of a banana and citrus fruit together. That's what you get from this white powder. After the white powder is removed, you're left with this very hard, rock hard little seed, which is broken open to expose the nut kernel, which is then expressed for the oil. The seed, in fact, is so tough that it can survive the chewing action of an elephant and pass through an elephant unscathed.
To have a great organic oil that is not going to clog pores, that is not going to cause any harm to the skin, it's not going to leave the client feeling like their skin is oily. And it allows us to do this great healing work that we can do within the context of the face. I think Baobab is a must-have for massage therapists, for body workers, for estheticians, anyone who's working on the face, working with clients that are concerned about their skin and what is going on their skin.
We got to work with all these various villages to see how they were operating, and we're a co-op, and so here we are, a co-op, and we're meeting with some other cooperatives, and I don't know, you feel this oneness kind of sort of, working together, and the villages are really starting to realize the value of the baobab. Like I said, the carrier oil is pretty new, so right now suddenly they're bringing in extra money that oftentimes is the only real hard cash they might get in some of these places. They're very subsistence living standards. So baobab's just this new commodity. It's great. It brings money in. It's a tree they don't want to cut, so the value is in the fruit. I love going traveling to the source and seeing what people are doing, but in this case, the baobab's really got so much potential to improve the lives of these people in these villages.
The benefits of using the Oracacia brand is that there is a reliability that comes from this company that I haven't found with as many other companies. We're a great company that is concerned with sourcing efforts. We're concerned with sustainability. We are very concerned with how workers are treated. And I think, knowing what we do, we go to the source. We went to the source for this oil. That, as a consumer, is important because that means the company is invested enough to see the product from the very beginning and not just shipping out something that we've had no contact with no connection with. So we have a closer connection with this product, I feel, than anybody else.
Mucho